Yes. So now let us see the problem number 8. Professor Avatar Ghosh is the principal of Mukherjee College of Commerce, Calcutta, in the grade of 15,000 200 18,500. Since 1st Jan 2015, he gets rupees 160 per month as DA, dearness allowance, 8% of basic as CCA, city compensatory allowance, and 200 per month as principal's allowance. He has been given a rent-free furnished house by the college. The fair rental value, FRE means fair rental value, of which is 60,000. Furniture costs 15,000. So now in this problem, SSE is a principal. SSE Avatar Ghosh is a principal of Mukherjee College. They have given the grade pay. So grade pay starts from 1st January 2015, but now we want the salary for the previous year. Previous year's salary we want. So what is our assessment year here? What is our assessment here in this question? Can you tell me? What is our assessment here? Can you tell me the assessment year? Is 2021 or 1920 assessment year? See, our assessment year is 2021. 2021 is our assessment year. Our previous year is 1920. So now we have to see this. Next thing, grade pay calculation, we have to do one working note. Then a DA per month is given, we have to do it for 1 year. So 160 into 12 we have to do. Then 8% of basic CCA. So that 8% of basic we have to do the working note. I have already told principal's allowance 200 per month is given. For 1 year how much we have to calculate into 12 we have to do. Now next thing, rent-free furnished house by the college. The FRV, fair rental value is 60,000. So this fair rental value is of no use from the point of view of our problem, because here rent-free accommodation, whenever we are discussing about rent-free accommodation, we have to see who is the owner of the house, whether it is employer or someone else. In this question, they have said by the college. So we'll assume the house is owned by the employer. So whenever house is owned by the employer, next thing we have to see the population. What is a population? That is, if population is more than 25 lakh, then we have to take 15% of the salary. If population is between 10 lakh to 25 lakh, then we have to take how much? 10% of the salary. If population is less than 10 lakh, we have to take 7.5% of the salary. Next thing we have to understand here, the population is not given, but the city is given Calcutta. Of course, Calcutta is having a population more than 25 lakhs. Then one more thing is, if nothing is mentioned in the problem, then you can take 15% of the salary. For the purpose of RFA, rent-free accommodation, what do you mean by salary? That we have to understand here now. What do you mean by salary for the purpose of RFA? Can anyone tell me? Salary means what? For the purpose of RFA. Just tell me now. Hanumanta, Sharan, Shavya, Suraksha. Basic. Tell me. Basic plus, for the purpose of RFA, salary is equal to basic plus DADP if it enters the retirement benefit, plus all the monetary emoluments, plus bonus and commission if there is any, that also we have to consider. So all the taxable allowance also we can take. So everything comes for the purpose of RFA calculation, that we have to see. Next thing, given in the question, he has been provided with the facility of a gardener, watchman and a servant. So these three services are given by the employer. So whenever employer is giving the service and the expenses are met by the employer, we are doing the taxable salary calculation. So to the SSE salary, we have to add back all these things. So now if you see here, who are paid by the college, gardener 200 per month. So 1 year we have to do 200 into 12. Watchman 500 per month, 500 into 12. Then servant 750 per month, 750 into 12 we have to do. What are these called? Can anyone tell me? What are these things? Watchman, servant, gardener. What are these things? Tell me whether it is a perquisite. Whether it is a perquisite. What do you mean by perquisite? What do you mean by perquisite? Tell me now. Perquisite means what? Anything given by the employer to employee in addition to the salary. It may be monetary benefit or it may be non-monetary benefit. It may be in cash or it may be in kind. So these, if all these conditions are satisfied, then it is called as a perquisite. So usually it is a non-monetary benefit. Suppose employer has given the employee some laptop or else some TV set. So these are also perquisite. Motor car facility, that is also perquisite. So house, that is rent free house, that is also comes under perquisite. So now we have discussed till here. Next thing we have to see, he contributes 10% of the basic and dearness allowance to statutory provident fund. So here in the question they have specifically given, that is for the purpose of RPF. See this, for recognized provident fund calculation. What do you mean by salary? Salary means basic plus DA or DP. If it enters the retirement benefit, then we have to consider only these things we have to see. Then other things doesn't come for the purpose of calculation of RPF. What do you mean by salary? So now similarly SPF. Now in the question they have given you SPF. SPF means statutory provident fund. So SPF contribution made by the employee. SPF contribution made by the employee, whether it is eligible for deduction under ATC. Can you tell me whether it is eligible? Anumanta, Shravya, Suraksha. So ATC means there is a one maximum limit is there, that is 1,50,000. So SSE can claim 1,50,000 with the help of Section 80C. By that, he can reduce his tax liability. Suppose his taxable salary is 3,50,000. Now, if he claims any benefit under Section 80C, so it may be, let us assume 90,000. So now he has to pay the tax only on 2,60,000. That is 3,50,000 minus deduction 90,000. Remaining amount 3,60,000 or 2,60,000. SSC has to pay the tax. So that is the rule. So now here SPF contribution they have given, that also we can consider in the main format. Next, to which the college contributes equally. That means what? Employee is paying the 10% of the salary. Employer is also paying, or employer is also giving, or employer is also transferring 10% of the salary to SPF account. So now it is clear. Contribution is equal in nature. Next thing, he purchased book of his subject worth 1,000. So whether this book is taxable or not, that we have to see while solving the problem. It is not taxable. So now next thing, paid professional tax 800. So professional tax they have given 800. Rule is up to 2,500 per annum. It is allowed as a deduction. So 800 they have given, it is allowed under section 16 after getting the gross salary. So one thing you have to do, that is standard deduction, 50,000 you have to give, that is for every salaried SSE. Then one more deduction, professional tax, it is given, that also you can give 800. Then next thing they have given about deposit of rupees 1000 per month PPF account during the previous year. So now PPF account 1000 per month they have given. What do you mean by PPF? That is Public Provident Fund. So Public Provident Fund contribution made by the SSE, it comes under deduction under ATC. Any contribution made to PPF, any contribution made to RPF, any contribution made to SPF by the SSE or by the employee is eligible for deduction. So you can show this amount in ATC. That is for 1 year we have to do. Next, he also paid a premium of 30,000 on a life insurance policy taken on the life of on his own life. See this? Now here they have given LIC, Life Insurance Corporation, LIC premium SSE has taken on his own life. So rule for life insurance, that is on his own life or on his spouse's life, or that is wife, or on his children, that is up to 2 children, or on his children if he has taken any LIC policy, it is eligible for ATC. And policy taken on the life of mother, father, these are not eligible. Brother, sister, not eligible. Only self, spouse and children eligible. So here first they said own life for life. Okay, eligible. Then deposited 16,000 in the home loan account of Vijaya Bank. So now this 16,000 home loan account means a contribution towards paying the principal amount. It is also eligible under deduction ATC. So what is eligible and what is not, that we have to see with the help of condition mentioned for ATC, that is given in the notes, that you can take that, you can read that. Up to 19 to 20 condition is there. So once you go through, you will understand what is eligible and what is not. So now this is eligible. Next thing, in February, he encashed his 1 month leave. So encashment of leave is done. So here all the things for encashment, all the things are considered. Basic, DA, CCA, principal allowance, everything is considered. Then two of his children study in high school and he paid 2000 as their school fee. School fees are paid by him or paid by the employee or paid by the SSE. The college reimbursed the same. So now reimbursement by the college, we have to add back to the salary and it is taxable. So now this amount 2000 you have to consider. Next, his father was admitted to a hospital at Calcutta for treatment. So now his father became ill and he was admitted. Medical bill amounted to 45,000, half of which is paid by the college. So now 45,000 is a bill amount, half is given by the college or half is given by half is reimbursed by the college. Any type of reimbursement or repayment by the college or by the employer, we have to give or we have to consider for the purpose of taxable salary. So only half of the amount we will take for taxable salary. Next, during the year he attended one refresher course at Delhi for which college has spent 3,000. So you have to remember now, refresher course, any type of refresher course attended by the SSE or by the employee, it is not taxable, it is exempt from tax. So no amount you have to take, zero amount you have to take. Next, During the year, he received 6,000 as examiner's remuneration from Calcutta University. So now examiner's remuneration, who is going to pay the remuneration here? Can you tell me? Who is going to pay the remuneration? Whether employer is going to pay the remuneration or not? Can you tell me now? Suraksha, Shavya, Anumanta, tell me. Who is going to pay the examiner's remuneration? Suraksha, can you unmute yourself and tell the answer? Shavya, you can unmute yourself and tell the answer. Hanumanta, please tell me. Or else comment in the chat box. Why you are silent, all three people? Tell me, even if it is wrong, doesn't matter. Tell me, Suraksha, Shravya. Yes, answer. Yes. See this. Who is going to pay the examiner remuneration? So in this question, SSC is Avatar Ghosh. Name of the SSC Avatar Ghosh, and is the principal. He goes for valuation work. For that, examiner's remuneration is given. So who is going to pay? Whether employer is going to pay the examiner's remuneration or someone else. Whether college is going to pay the examiner's remuneration or someone else. Tell me.
Someone else will pay.
Someone else will pay. So there is no employer-employee relationship in the case of examiner's remuneration. That is why it is not considered under the head of income from salary. So you should not consider this one, 6,000. So no tax. Next, compute the taxable salary and deduction under ATC. So this is our question. See this problem number 8, 16 mark problem, very very important. So now after understanding the question, first thing we have to find out is the salary. In this question they have given us the grade pay. Grade pay means what now? First we have to understand grade pay means it starts from 15,000 and per year 200 increases. That means 1st January 15,000 means 1st January 2015 it is 15,000. Then 1st January 2016 it is 15,200. 1st January 2017 15,400. Like that it increases. And it can go on till 18,500. So that is the meaning of grade pay. One more thing we have to understand here. When and all salary can be paid. Usually there are two types of situations. One is salary is paid at the end of the month. That is at the end. That is usually 30th or 31st. Or else at the beginning of the month. When the salary becomes due at the end of the month, then no problem. As usually you can do the calculation. But when the salary is due at the beginning of the month, that means March month's salary you are getting in the month of April 1st. April's salary you are getting in the month of May, that is 1st of May, like that. So there is a change in calculation. Why? Because we are considering the financial year, isn't it? That is from April to March. So that we have to see now. While doing, we have to see it is now working note. First, calculation of basic salary received. Like this, you have to do now. Working note 1/1/2015 to 31/12/2015, 15,000. First year, no change. Now, next year, 1/1/2016 to 31/12/2016, 15,200 as per grade pay. Every year, 200 increases. 1/1/2017 to 31/12/2017, 15,400. 2018 to 31/12 2018 15,600, like that 2019 to 31/12 2019 15,800, and 2020 to 31/12 2020 16,000. So till 2020 we have calculated. So now what is our previous year? It is very important. Our previous year is 1920. Assessment year 2021. Previous year's income is taxed in the assessment year. We know. On previous year income, assessee is going to pay the tax. So 1920 is our previous year. Previous year starts from 1st April. 1st April 2019 and it ends on 31st 3 2020. So now in the year 2019 how many months? So how many months are there? Total 9 months. Under financial year total 9 months are there. And in the year 2020 January to March then 3 months are there. So now you have to do the calculation for the previous year. We want basic for the previous year. First we understood salary received of every year. Next you have to do previous year salary, that is from the beginning of the financial year 1/4/2019 to 31/12/2019. That is for 2019 what is the salary? See this, the 15,800 is the salary for 2019. So 15,800 into 9, that is 1,42,200. Next, from January to March 2020, 3 months, that is 16,000. Why 16,000? For the year 2020 salary is 16,000. So 16,000 into 3, that is 48,000. So you have to remember here they have given, see this, unless otherwise stated in the problem, we must assume that salary falls due at the end of each month. So in this question what they have, nothing they have mentioned. So they have given no information whether it is salary received by the SSC at the end of the month or at the beginning of the month. So if nothing is given, we'll assume at the end of the month normal calculation. If they will give in the question, if they have given the salary received by the SSC at the beginning of the month, in that case calculation changes. See this, if the problem mentions that SSC, if the problem mentions that salary falls due on the 1st of next month, then the basic will be rupees 1,800 per month for 10 months and 16,000 for 2 months. So here instead of 9 we have to do 10. Why? Because March month salary we are receiving in the month of April. April is in the month of May. May in the month of June. June salary in the month of July. Like that we are going to do. So December month salary we are receiving in the month of January. So here March salary is included in the financial year. That is why first 10 we have to do. For 2019, 10 months it will become. March salary, April salary, May salary, June salary, July, August, September, October, November, December. 10 months salary it will become. Next thing, we have to see next year, that is 2020, January salary SSC will receive in the month of February. February salary in the month of March. So only 2 months. Next year only 2 months. Then March month salary SSC will receive in the month of April. So April 1st means it is new year. So that is in terms of financial year, it is another year. So no use. March salary he will get in the next financial year. But in the question they have not given. So if the problem mentions, then you have to do like that. Here instead of 9 you have to do 10. Instead of 3 you have to do 2. So have you understood this one? Calculation of salary when grade pay is given. Tell me, have you understood?
Yes,
Hmm?
yes, sir.
Yes, Shravya, Hanumanta, Suraksha. I hope everyone understood. Yes. So now after this what we have to do? Statement showing total income. Format we have to do now. Format particular and to amount column. See this? Now one by one in the format. So whatever given in the question you can write first. Usually what is the format? Basic, DA, DP, then any bonus, any commission, any taxable allowance, then contribution to RPF in excess of employers contribution in excess, then the interest on RPF in excess if any, then all the perquisite, then you will get one amount. From that you have to do the deduction, standard deduction, professional tax, entertainment allowance, then you will get final answer. Then after that you can go for deduction under ATC. Yes. So this is the usual format. Now we'll see now. See this? Now we are calculating for the previous year 1920. So our basic 15,800 into 9, 1,42,200, 16,000 into 348,000. How we got that? See this. We have done the working. So answer, that is 1,90,200. Basic we know. Now DA, dearness allowance, what happens? Dearness allowance, in the question they have given 160 per month. So 160 into 12 you do, that is 1,920. Next CCA. CCA is 8% of the basic. That is given in the question. If you see the question, they have given 8% of the basic as CCA. So basic for 1 year. What is the basic for 1 year? 1,90,200. So now we have to calculate. I will show the calculation. See this now. 1,90,200 into 8%. How much? 15,216. So this 15,216 is CCA that we have written. See this, with the help of basic for 1 year. Then the principal allowance is given 200 per month. So 200 into 12 we have to do. 200 into 12 is 2,400 we have considered. Next, in the question, there is one encashment of leave salary. Somewhere in the question they have mentioned. See this? In the month of February, he encashed is 1 month leave. Encashment of leave is there in the month of February. That also we have to show. So this is taxable. Encashment of leave we have to consider. So for the purpose of encashment of leave, what do you mean by salary? Salary means all the things. See this? Salary means all the things. That is basic you have to consider. DA also you have to take. CCA also you have to take. Principal allowance also you have to take. So all these things you have to add now. Once you add all these things, that is you will get the encashment of leave salary. But here they have said encashment of leave salary for only February. So February means in which year February they are talking about? Can you tell me? February
2020.
2020. Yes, 2020 February. So 2020 February means salary for 2020 February is how much? See this. In the year 2020 salary is 16,000. So every month he will draw 16,000 salary. So 16,000 we have to consider. So basic is 16,000 because he encashment of leave salary is for only 1 month, right? So 16,000. Then the DA. DA is 160. Why? Per month DA only we have to take 160. Then CCA. Now CCA is 8% of the basic. That we know. Now we have to calculate for 1 month. So we have to do the calculation again. It is now what we have to do. Total CCA is 15,216, isn't it? That is for 1 year. Divided by 12 you do. Divided by 12. So that is 1,268. Okay. So 1,268 is our CCA. So here we got 1,280. How is that? Any changes? So now first we have to understand here 1,900. Basic is 1,900. That is, sorry, not 1,900. 1,90,200. 1,90,200 is our basic. On that 8%. So amount is 15,216. 216 divided by 12. Yes, 1,268 we are getting. Yes. Tell me how to get 1,280 now. Any changes we have to make? Kavya, Suraksha, can you
Yes.
tell me?
No, sir. Even I am getting 1268.
1,268. What is the change we have to make? Can anyone tell me? There is one mistake. So that we have to change now. What is that? In the textbook, they have not done. There is a mistake in the textbook. I am seeing the textbook. Yes. So here I assume our financial year is 90. Previous year is 1920, right? So 1920 salary we will calculate. How much 1920 is salary? So 1920 salary is how much? 15,800. So 15,800 into 9. So now let us do that. 15,800 into 9. It is whether we'll get the different amount. 15,800 into 9, 1,42,200 into 8%, 11,376 divided by 12, 948. So 948 we got. Then 16,000 into 3, that is 48,000. That is 48,000, isn't it? So 48,000, same thing, but we are now just cross checking. See this, 48,000 into 8% divided by 12, 320. 320 plus 320 plus what is the answer we got previously? How much we got previous answer? Shavya, Hanumanta, Suraksha. Just now I calculated, right? What is the answer? We got
948.
948. 9.
Same, sir. Even this is 1268.
Yes, 1268. So that means there is a correction. We have to change now. 1268. So here 1268 we have to do 1268. Yes. Plus 200. So 200 why? Because it is a principal's allowance. So 200 we have done. So now what is the total? Total we have to calculate now. Total of encashment. Total of encashment. Yes. How much? Can you tell me? 16,000 plus 160 plus 1268 plus 200.
17,628.
17,628. So here we have to change. 17,628. That means 12 less, right? Here also we have to do 12 less. That means 2
Yes,
lakh
sir.
2 lakh 27,000 664. 64. Whether it is 64.
Yes, sir.
Yes, 64, right? Yes. So now 64 we have done. Now we got the answer. So now we have written in the outer column all the things, basic DA, CCA, principal allowance and encashment of salary we have written. So that is salary and in addition to the salary. Next thing we have to do perquisites value. Perquisite value, first thing in the question they have given rent free accommodation. RFA, rent-free accommodation they have given, but we don't know the population, but we know city is Calcutta, so 15% of the salary. Why? Owner of the house is employer. Fair rental value is of no use. So now 60,000 we should ignore, whatever given in the question. Fair rental value we should not take. So 15% of the salary. So now here also we have to do the correction. So 12 less, that is 64. 64 15%. Yes, that is on this 2,27,364. 15% we have to do. 2 lakh 20
34,105.
34 105. Yes, 34 105 instead of 106 105. Yes, 10% on the cost of furniture. Now we got salary. Why we have done on the basis of 2,27,364? Because salary for the purpose of RFA means basic plus DA plus CCA, principal allowance, encashment of salary, everything. That is why. So now 10% of furniture cost, because original cost of the furniture is given, that you have to add to the taxable requisite value of RFA. So here original cost of the furniture where it is given 15,000. So rule is 10%. you have to take 10% of 15,000. So 10% of 15,000, 1,500. So here also 1 less, 5. Yes. Next, value of other perquisite. After this, value of other perquisite you have to do, that is gardener, watchman, servant. That is given in terms of per month. We have to do per year. Gardener into 12, 200 into 12, 2,400. Then watchman 500 into 12, 6,000. Servant 750 into 12, 9,000. Because all these things are paid by the employer. Now 10% RFA total we have to do. That we have written in the outer column. That is 34,105 plus 1,500. 35,605. Then the value of other perquisite total also we have to do. That is later. Now next thing is medical expenses. See this now, medical expenses paid by the college. So medical expenses, we have to see the question. So expenses is a father admitted to the hospital for Calcutta. Bill amount 45,000. 45,000 out of which half is paid by the college. So half you have to take. 45,000 into half. 45,000 into half or 50%, that is 22,500. We have taken. Reimbursement of school fee. That is again, if you see the question here, two of his children study in high school. He paid 2,000 as their school fee. College reimbursed the same. Any reimbursement by the college you have to consider. So 2,000, entire 2,000 we have taken. See this? Now, other perquisite total. So from 2,400, gardener, watchman, servant, medical expense, reimbursement of school fee. If you add all these things, you will get 41,900. So now what is our gross salary? Gross salary we have to calculate. After doing all these things, we have to calculate gross salary. Gross salary means whatever you have written in the outer column, we have to make the total now. So now we have to open the calculator and make the total. Yes, what is the total? Can you tell me? 2,27,364 plus 35,605 plus 41,900. Yes, 3,04,869. Whether this is correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct, right? 3,04,869. Yes. 3,04,869. Yes. So that is our gross salary. From gross salary, we have to deduct certain things. One is standard deduction, that is fixed, 50,000. Every problem you have to give. That is under section 16 clause 1. Standard deduction 50,000 we have given. Then professional tax given in the question, that is section 16 clause 3. That is 800. Deduction 800 you have to give. Why? Because in the question they have given professional tax. See this. Professional tax 800. So that we have considered. 800 we have given. So now total deduction. Total deduction here 50,000 plus 800. 50,800. So that you have to minus from gross salary in order to get net salary. So here one more deduction is missing. That is section 16 clause 2. Section 16 clause 2 is for entertainment allowance. Entertainment allowance. So and that is allowed only for government employees. Here they have not given entertainment allowance. So whether Avatar Ghosh is a government employee, Calcutta University, yes, government employee, but entertainment allowance is not given. That is why you cannot take here. So now net salary we have to do, that is 3,04,869 minus 50,800. 2,54,069. Whether this is correct?
Yes, sir.
69, right? Yes, 69. 2,54,069 is our net salary. Yes, only 12 and 1 difference I feel. Yes. Next, after getting the net salary, next we have to do is deduction under ATC. Below the net salary, you can show the deduction under ATC, or else what you can do, you can show separately in the separate format. You can do the show the calculation. So now here deduction under ATC, LIC premium. LIC premium what they have given. First thing, LIC premium. What they have given, LIC premium. He paid 30,000 on LIC, life insurance premium, on his own life of 4 lakh. So 4 lakh is a sum assured. So now here very interesting here. 4 lakh is a sum assured. Premium paid is 30,000. What is the rule? What is the rule? Can you tell me the rule now? Can you tell me the rule for LIC premium? Do you remember the rule for LIC premium? Whether it is 10% or whether it is 20%? 10% or 20%? So that we have to see, and if date is not given, after 1/4/2012 or after 1/4/2013, if it is if there is any, then that also we have to consider. It is 10%, I feel. So now we have to see that rule. So I will open another document here. Income from salary. In this we have to search ATC deduction. See this ATC deduction we have to find now. Rules. ATC rules. Very important. Yes, see this. Under section 80C, deduction of 1,50,000 can be claimed from the total income. This deduction is allowed to individual or HUF. Maximum of 1,50,000 can be claimed for the financial year 2019-20. First one very important now. We want first rule now. LIC premium. See this. LIC premium for policy not exceeding 20%. You have to consider 20% of the sum assured when if the policy is taken before if the policy is taken before 1/4/2012 or 1/4/2013. In all other cases, that means after 1/4/2013 or for example 2014, 15, 16, if policy is taken afterwards, then you have to take 10% of the sum assured. See this in the bracket they have given 10% in respect of the policy taken after 1/4/2013 of the actual sum assured on the insurance policy taken, and 15% of the sum assured for the disabled SSC. So now we have to take 10% of the sum assured. Then the next step is you have to compare with premium pay. You have to compare with premium pay. Whichever is low is eligible. So now we have to open the calculator. So now what we have to do here? Sum assured in the question. How much? 4 lakh. 4 lakh into 10% we have to do. Why? Because date is not given. We'll assume that is after 1/4/2013. 10%. How much it is? 40,000. 40,000 or 30,000, whichever is low. Premium paid is 30,000, right? 40,000 or 30,000, whichever is low. Which is low?
30,000.
30,000. So 30,000 is eligible. So now here under ATC here, LIC premium, see this 30,000 is eligible. 30,000 is written. Next, SPF contribution. Statutory Provident Fund contribution by the SSE or employee only eligible. Employer is not eligible. Employee only. So what is the rule now? What is they have given in the question? He contributes. That means Avatar Ghosh is contributing. SSE is contributing. 10% of the basic and dearness allowance to the statutory provident fund. So dearness allowance we know 160 per month. But if you see the format we have done for 1 year. So our salary for SPF is, see this now, I have blocked it, 1,90,200 basic for 1 year plus DA 1,920. Add both. Once you add these two things, you will get one information. See this? What is that amount? Can you tell me? Add both. 1,90,200 plus, that is basic, plus DA 1,920. So now this is the salary for the purpose of SPF, Statutory Provident Fund, 1,092, 120. On this you take 10%. How much? Answer 19,212. So 19,212 is allowed or it is eligible for deduction under ATC, that we have written. Next, PPF. PPF is also eligible. 1,000 per month they have given in the question into 12. We want it for 1 year. PPF contribution by the employee. So that is 12,000. Next, home loan deposit. Home loan deposit 16,000 directly given in the question and it is eligible towards repayment of principal amount. SSE has taken the loan and towards the repayment of principal amount, what happens? That is given, or he repays the amount. Home loan deposit 16,000. Now we want total deduction under ATC. If you see the total deduction under ATC, 30,000 plus 19,212, 12,000, 16,000. Add all these things. Add all these things, you will get one answer. That is 77,212. This is a total deduction under ATC that you can write in the outer column. So it is less than 1,50,000. It is less than 1,50,000. So you have written the whatever the amount you have got, 77,000, like that. If it is more than 1,50,000, then you what you have to do? Suppose if it is 1,67,000, then what you have to do? You have to write there amount is restricted to 1,50,000, because up to 1,50,000 SSC can claim the deduction, and if it is more than 1,50,000, then it is taxable. No deduction is given. It is taxable. So that is why here it is less than 1,50,000. Doesn't matter. Now finally, last thing, it is not there in the question. If you want, you can do that is to find the final tax liability. Can you tell me the final tax liability answer? Final tax liability. Kavya, Hanumanta, can you tell me what is the final tax liability answer?
One lakh,
Hmm.
1,76,870.
1,76,870. Wait, we'll check that. 2,54,069. So this is our what net salary. From net salary, you deduct total deduction under ATC. 77,212. 1,76,000. How much you got?
That was wrong, sir. Now 1,76,857.
Yes. So this is the right answer. 1,76,857. On this amount, SSC has to pay the tax. So that is very clear. But no need of doing